Hello, are we live? Are we going live? We are now live. What's going on, guys? I'm over here actually posting something for Hoopside. Is that right now is that we're hearing that there's going to, obviously be more stuff going on in terms of the deadline and all that good jazz. But for me, when I look at the situation, also this is going to be I'm brain dead. I do want to say that this will not be the longest episode in the world. I do have to hit record onto the cloud. Oh, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. We have kicked it off. I think one of the interesting things that are going to happen is the buyout market's probably the richest it's been in years. It's not been this deep for a long time. And the amount of talent that's out there. And it's due to the fact that a lot of teams were trying to avoid paying, getting in the apron or getting out the apron, etc. So that led to a lot of people being cut. Now, you will be surprised on how many of these players don't go signed. I'm telling you, a lot of people are going to be forced into an early retirement from the NBA. Either they'll go overseas or they'll be done. So keep that in mind. Let's just make sure. Oh, man. How did I know that that was the case? Can you guys hear me now? I feel like now it is iMac. It's saying that you guys are only getting me through my iMac. That can't be right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we gotta be able to change my microphone here. It is saying that we can only use the Mac microphone. Huh? Bro, I got this bad boy right here. Like that's weird. Okay. Sorry if it sounds a little off, but we can just go ahead and talk about I think the NBA trade deadline was an interesting day, as I think it goes to show that it wasn't as we were spoiled the last 2 years in terms of how good of quality of players Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving traded last year, ladies and gentlemen. If you were expecting a deadline like that, I'm sorry. That's not gonna happen. Maybe in the offseason when teams have more cap space and the ability to do stuff. But to me, it just does not seem feasible that we'll see those types of trade due to the fact that the way that the NBA is going, it's just does not seem like it's something that they want to do in terms of having old players move like that. I think the whole thing is the stop player movement. But I'm gonna hop onto Hoop Type right now, and we can go ahead and start talking about what we think of today's turn of events. And yeah, if you had any thoughts, let me hear those thoughts down below in the comment section. Also, I'll just move the microphone out the way because we're not using the microphone. We're using my iMac microphone, which is absolutely terrible, but it's what we got to use. So I'm not mad. And I would have to restart the stream. A whole beluga-sized whale of issues would arise from me just wanting to do this. So this is what we're rolling with. Sorry if you hate it, but listen to the podcast. Now, pulling up Hoops Hype, let's talk about every deal, every team that was traded, that was made. Spencer Dinwiddie might be going to Dallas. All right, here we go. And I think one of the interesting things here is when we look at the NBA, I think we got to see that this was just people just wheeling and dealing. I mean, the New York Knicks and the Brooklyn Nets are the winners, in my opinion. Did I say the Brooklyn Nets? New York Knicks, and it's the New York Knicks and Dallas Mavericks are the winners, in my opinion. But yeah, I think we got to see a lot of interesting things during the deadline that in years past we hadn't. I'll share my screen because I feel like if I share the screen, it'll be a bit easier to. Well, let me 1 second. Like do my thumbnail real quick. Let's think of the biggest player traded. We'll just do a PJ Washington picture because I thought. I also want to say I wrote an article talking about the PJ Washington deal, and yeah, boy was right. I did say Dallas was it. I think I said in the article I think Dallas would be the best fit for him, and my package was pretty spot on. I said if it's not Grant Williams, it's going to be something that the Mavs weren't going to like. So I like to say your boy was reading tea leaves on that one. Suck my dick. But yeah, I think it was cool to see how. I thought that was a good move. Truly did. And yeah. Alrighty, we're on the wrong stuff. There we go. 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. Trade deadline. There, tracker, team by team. Here we go. We'll go through this, John. Boston, they got themselves Jaden Springer and Xavier Tillman. They basically flipped Lamar Stevens and Delano Banton. And 3 second-round picks for 1 second-round pick. Xavier Tillman and Jaden Springer. I want to see if Xavier Tillman's Jaden Springer. Wait, not Jim. Xavier Tillman expiring. Restricted. I want to see. Fucking Christ. Restricted free agent is what we're trying to find. Because this deal's even better if he's a restricted free agent. No, he'll be on restricted free agent after the season. Bird rights. I wonder if they get. Does he have bird rights? Because it was originally a 4-year deal. Bird rights. The Celtics will inherit his bird rights and can sign him in the offseason despite their financial limitations. There we go. So Boston does inherit. That's a great deal. They get the bird rights of Xavier Tillman. Then you get yourself Jaden Springer there. I thought that was fantastic where you got yourself, a little bit of both worlds. But yeah, so we'll go over the Brooklyn Nets now. I mean, I think they were just able to build up their bench, get a new young guy. Jaden Springer was recommended by former 76ers assistant Sam Cassell and another guy who are now on the Celtics staff. Xavier Tillman, like I said, they get a backup center that they could keep for cheap for a while, and they basically got 1 pick back. So I thought it was cool, and I definitely think it's interesting due to the fact that we got to see, the Sixers do that. Now the Brooklyn Nets, they got Dennis Schroeder, they got Jordan Goodwin, Spencer Dinwiddie got traded to the Raptors. He's already gotten cut. Royce O'Neal's on the Suns. Harry Giles and Thad Young already got cut. I think the Nets are just tanking the season away and just trying to get good draft picks. I don't really, but the thing is that they didn't really get draft picks. They got 3 second-round picks for everything, and they let you go getting first-round offers a year ago for Royce O'Neal. Oh. Now going over to Charlotte, dude, Vasilija Micic, Trey Mann, Grant Williams, Davis Bertans, Seth Curry. We assume that Davis Bertans, Seth Curry going to cut. Hopefully, but Vasilija Micic turn into something. But they got a protected top 2 first-round pick from the Mavs and 2 second-round picks. They waived James Bouknight already. Is somebody going to take a chance on him? I wonder. Going over to Dallas, I think they're one of the biggest winners or the second biggest winner. They got huge. They got Daniel Gafford and Derek Lively's rotation. They turned Graham Williams into PJ Washington, who's going to fit next to Dante Exum and Derek Jones. And they still got Luka and Kyrie, and they only gave up a first-round pick and 2 pick. I mean, they got a first-round pick back. My apology, 2024 first-round pick, and they got a second-round pick from the 2 second-round picks. So at the end of the day, of course, they ended up sending that, I believe, that 24 first-round pick to the Thunder, and it's kind of they walked away with only 2 second-round picks. They got rid of Rashawn Holmes, Grant Williams, and Seth Curry. So it worked out really well. Denver gave up on the Ishmael Kamage. They traded him just for cash considerations to the Clippers. And then we had Detroit go wild. They went Quinn Grimes, Malachi Flynn, Shake Milton, Simone Fontecchio, Evan Fournier, Troy Brown Jr. They've already cut Killian Hayes, Joe Harris, Ryan Arcidiacono, Daniel House, and I would not be surprised if Evan Fournier is cut very soon. Maybe Troy Brown and Shake Milton. I know Simone Fontecchio, Quinn Grimes, and Malachi Flynn could be their guys. They basically got second-round picks. They got no first for all their wheeling and dealing. The Warriors traded cash considerations of $5.8 million, Corey Joseph, and a second-round pick for a 24 second-round pick. The Pacers traded Buddy Hield to the Knicks for several second-round picks. They waived Corey Joseph and Furkan Korkmaz, and they brought in Dougie Fresh to be their Dougie McBuckets to replace that shooting that they lost with Buddy Hield, which makes sense, of course. The Clippers are over here. with Ismail Kamage and cash considerations. Again, they got from Denver. The Suns, they ended up walking away with David Roddy, who's going to give them basically David Roddy and Tillman were technically. I mean, my apology. I'm looking at the Grizzlies. The Grizzlies acquired Yuta Watanabe, Chenzi Metu, and Lamar Stevens. They traded away David Roddy and Xavier Tillman, waived Victor Oladipo, walked away with a pick swap and 2 second-round picks. Nothing too crazy right there. Just think they're just making, marginal moves just because it's a gap year. I think this was awesome. Bucks turned campaign and Robin Lopez into Pat Bev. Yeah, they had to give up a second-round pick and cash considerations, but they went and got themselves a defensive guy that, they're 1-5 under Doc Rivers. I thought this was smart. Timberwolves got Monte Morris. They flipped Shake Milton, Troy Brown into him. So that's definitely interesting. New York Knicks, obviously, they wanted Burks, Bojan Bogdanovic for Quentin Grimes, Malachi Flynn, and Archie Hakano, Evan Fournier. Then the Hornets got Gordon Hayward and a first-round pick swap for Vasilije Micic, Trey Mann, Davis Bertans, a first-round pick. The Buddy Hield campaign was pretty cool. They got a backup point guard, and Buddy Hield just to replace, help them stay afloat, to get some scoring that they needed since Joel Embiid's been lost. The Suns were able to get 2 forwards combo guys. Both these guys could play the 2-3-4, and David Roddy, Royce O'Neal. They turned their minimum contracts and 3 second-round picks into that, which I thought was genius. Blazers got Delano Banton for a second-round pick. It's whatever. The Kings took on money for Robin Lopez, and Marcus Morris got sent to the Spurs and got bought out, so he's going to be there. Then you had the Raptors that they flipped Dennis Schroeder, Kyrie Lewis Jr., Otto Porter, Thad Young into Spencer Dinwiddie, Ochai Agbaji, and Kelly Olynyk. I think Ochai Agbaji was the guy they were sought after. That was the first-round pick. Utah over here, I expect Otto Porter to be cut, but I think their biggest thing was Gabriel Prochuk, Kyrie Lewis Jr. They've done a great job of being a great team at doing reclamation projects. So I think Kyrie Lewis Jr. could be a guy there that they get. And then, of course, the last one, Rashawn Holmes and a 2024 first-round pick for the Wizards, which is awesome. They walked away with a first-round pick, and that's what mattered. Now let's go over to buyouts. So who are these buyout candidates? So talking about buyouts, the first one, first off, let's get the thing out of the way that with these buyouts, you have to understand with the latest collective bargaining agreement prohibitions go even further, that teams that are above the first tax apron cannot sign players who previously have a salary that is over the non-tax player mid-level exception. So that kiboshes anybody who's the Celtics, Nuggets, Warriors, Clippers, Heat, Bucks, Suns. So let's go through these players that we could potentially see who could be now picked up, as this is the best buyout market we've had in years, as we have a plethora of players that are expected to hit free agency, or already hit free agency in the last 12 hours. But how are you doing today, Jackson? You at your dad's, your mom's?
So
where are you at? Yeah, I was gonna say, I was like, you don't have a shelf that nice with.
Yeah, I do not.
What's instant reaction? Who's your winner? Who's your losers? Real quick before this little buyout. Who I have the Knicks and Mavs as the 2 best winners, then OKC. I think those are my top 3 teams that did the best.
I don't know too many of the trades that went down, but for sure the Mavs. Bogdanovich was crazy for the Knicks. I'm sick of the Alec Burks. I'm sick of Alec Burks potentially being a big ass move at the deadline, but Bogdanovich is crazy. And what OKC do other than Hayward?
Good Gordon Hayward. That's it. I just thought that was
that was a nice move.
Yeah, and they got off of Vasilije Micic, but yeah, no, I thought there wasn't anything crazy. I think the biggest was the Knicks being able to get all the players that they did for without a first round pick, which I think that was more Quentin Grimes' value. And then I think the Mavericks, they just got bigger, which they needed. And everybody else, all the moves were marginal. Either teams trying to avoid luxury tax, or it was the last year you could send cash out. So they were sending cash out. And then, yeah, I think a lot of marginal moves. Obviously, we had been, spoiled in the past by last year's big deals of KD and Kyrie. But yeah, I think the more interesting thing is the buyout market, because everyone's getting released.
Oh yeah,
So
like Dinwiddie.
yeah. So we'll talk about that in a second. Henry, well, I just asked Jackson what he thought was his winner. Who was your winner? I said it was either Knicks, Mavs.
Yeah, Knicks for sure. Knicks for sure win the deadline.
Yeah, they just got so much for like they didn't give. I think the biggest thing was they did not give up a first round pick, and they gave up just salary for like you could cry me a river about Quentin Grimes, but Quentin Grimes was not on the timeline anymore.
Yeah,
That
he's
they
not that overly impactful of a player either.
well, I'm not gonna say it. Obviously, he's last year was phenomenal, but he got pushed out of that role because Josh Hart, Dante DiVincenzo can't.
Totally. DiVincenzo's having an amazing year.
So they basically like no offense to Quinn Grimes, his role there, and then the timeline, they're like, we can't wait for you to figure out like how to be this guy. And like money wise, it just wasn't working. So I think they knew that they had to trade him now because his value would be lower in the offseason.
Yeah, but he's also purely a spot up guy now, essentially. Or at least that's what he was. That's what he was in the Knicks offense.
Yeah, right now, yeah. But like he's a guy that like when the year before, because he was originally a lead guard in college and then in the NBA. That's why I say RJ Hampton should follow this, where he's a great transition starter, but he's a great also cutter, off ball guy who can play a little bit on ball. Yeah, and he's got some athleticism. He can play the two or the three. It's just
jelly fam. He can finish, but like the cutting and the half court stuff just was not there anymore.
Yeah, he's basically like. I mean, the same thing you could say about KJ Martin. Quinn Grimes is like a way better version of KJ Martin in a sense.
Wow.
Well, like KJ's more of a. Let me put it this way: KJ's more of a small forward, power forward, while Quinn's a shooting guard, small forward. But they're both like guys that can they create a little bit. I think Quinn Grimes can create more. He has more handle and like passing ability. But they're guys that you would never say like, oh, I would want. I mean, I think KJ's hard because I don't even know what to expect with KJ because like I only saw him on the Rockets and
what team's he on?
Sixers, I still think, right?
Yeah, I think so.
They're like completely different players. I mean,
yeah, no. You can use him. He can be a role. He's a role man.
Yeah. Well, I do can throw it down.
I was gonna say the reason why I meant the thing is that they're both guys who thrive. Like they're both guys that are better utilized as rotational players is what I'm getting because they're completely different players, but in a weird way, I think they're the same size. I think they're both 6'5". Right?
That'd be crazy.
I think they're both 6'5".
I'm really hoping KJ is like 6'7".
6'6" right here it says, but if we go to ESPN.
IMG Academy away
6'6",
20-minute drive away.
They got him here.
Maybe I'll go to his alma mater today.
Say a prayer.
Yeah, they're saying 6'6" right here, 6'7" in shoes, and then Quinn's I'm pretty sure 6'5". 6'4", 6'5" in shoes, yeah. So he's a little bigger. But what I was more getting at that like
they're rotation guys who can be good in transition.
Exactly. Thank you, Henry. Yeah, that's what I was getting at. But obviously, Quinn Grimes is way more better at playmaking, shot creation, being an off-ball scorer, the whole nine. But their roles, their best utilized roles, is rotational transition role guys who thrive in those situations, like pushing the pace.
I think another winner should be the Suns. Suns got better yesterday.
It's weird though because they got the same player twice.
Royce and Roddy, yeah. Geez, Royce is way better. But
of course, but they basically got the younger version of Royce,
True, but they got a guy who they can. Roddy's got 2 more years after this.
No, that's the thing. So I think he was the safety net that if Royce does leave and they can't re-sign him, they have the younger version. But I do believe Royce is more versatile. Royce could literally play the 2 if you had to. I would never put David Roddy at the 2. Well, David Roddy could actually bang low with a little bit of people, even though Royce is, I think, a better defender and can defend down low. David Roddy can score down low better. Royce cannot score near the best. But let's go through the board grid. I think Zach Kleinman was more. It's a gap here.
They're suffering. Ja comes back and. That was so sad.
I think because they converted Gigi this morning. I think they just want to see what they have.
Nice, very nice. I just picked up Santi and
Dude,
in
who
fantasy last night.
Cool. First off, look at every game that Santi Aldama plays 30 minutes at least. He's phenomenal. If you just look at his game logs, if he plays 30 minutes, he's a double-digit scorer and gives you like.
That's the issue in Memphis is they can't even. I'm worried about even rostering Santi because some random dude gets some different dude gets 30.
No, I do agree. I don't get it. Like, and the crazy thing is, if you look at Santi Aldama, his stats every single year has improved. Efficiency, it's like. I'm like, why don't you just fucking give him 40 minutes a night at this point? Like, just let him ride it till the wheels fall off. Like, I don't get
I would
why.
definitely do that for the rest of the season.
Dude, they're shaping up to maybe go with an Aldama Jaren front court next year.
That's what I'm saying. And the thing is people
they're
don't realize
there.
Billy Donovan was literally talking about Aldama in the press conference. He's like, yeah, Aldama's one of the hardest guys to cover. He's like, when he comes off those screens, he's like, you don't know if he's going to dribble, pass, or shoot. Because literally he could do whatever because he's a fucking 6'10" like forward out there. And like, just the idea of like, if Jaren Jackson can actually rebound, you literally have Jackson at center and then you have Aldama at the power.
Yeah, what's up with that?
It's the rebounding. And
why can't he rebound? I don't understand.
Like,
how do you have 2 rebounds left? Dude,
it's just
positioning. I mean, he's tall though.
Boxing out, like
this dude's averaging technique. 5.5
There's
rebounds.
Way more technique. Year. There's way more technique than you'd think.
Yeah, like I'm a really
that's
good
not
rebounder,
that's not what
like,
I mean. I'm talking how you go from 7 rebounds a night to 5.5 to getting 2 or 3.
Part of it is positioning in the sense that like how they position, like how the team scheme on.
He's in year like 4 though. I understand.
Bro, this is year like 5 or 6.
Yeah,
I understand. That's what I'm saying. I understand technique nerds, but I understand. You're like a 7-foot dude.
No,
yeah, well, at the end of the day, I don't think Motor maybe, especially this year when he's trying to score a lot and taking up tough assignments, he's probably not super motivated on the glass.
I think positioning again.
Who's getting the rebounds because it's not Santi.
I think it's a whole John Conchard's big guy, but the thing is I think a lot on defense he's not getting rebound. I mean, on offense he's not getting offensive rebounds because he's a 3-point shooter, so he's not by the basket.
Yeah.
So that takes away the offensive rebounds that he would get. And then on defense, he's switching a lot because Jaren Jackson's one of the most versatile defenders that sometimes when someone shoots, he's by the 3-point line. I mean, unless you're Dennis fucking Rodman, you're not like.
What's crazy is, oh geez, he's not even leading. He's not even top. He's top 5 in rebounds on the team. They're the 14th ranked defensive rating team, which is kind of nuts. The worst offensive rating team.
I didn't know that.
Vince Williams Jr. just had a freaking night. I like that dude a lot. I like this young. They kind of remind me of like Portland when they were tanking to get Scoot, but obviously last year that ended the Dame departure. But I hope Ja doesn't depart. Well, if he does, future Rocket, but I can wait a couple.
So, Jesus Christ! My dad sent me a video, and I was not trying to play it, and I like started playing. But no, I think one of the biggest problems right here one of the biggest problems this season is I think a lot of teams at the deadline just realized it wasn't going to happen this year. And this is something that I also was saying earlier in the stream was I think a lot of players are going to be in a rude awakening and a lot of fans are going to be in a rude awakening. You look how we saw Terrence Ross and a bunch of other guys stay in free agency this year. A lot of people aren't going to get signed and they're either going to get forced into an early retirement or to go overseas.
Let's go. Bring him to Canada.
I don't know if Canada's their first choice, Henry, but like I hate the breakdown.
What makes you say that though? Just because people are prioritizing what was your That's not right.
That's my argument. I'm sorry, bud.
No, what was your argument for like why? What made you bring up the people staying in free agency?
Well, let's go over
people
here.
Are just trying to get younger.
Yeah, like let's go over here to
Like, what
like
is
who?
inspiring this
Is
rude
that
awakening?
KPJ?
Yeah,
Bro,
like he's
that's
the
disrespectful.
from purely standpoint basketball, he's clearly the best free agent about, but with an ugly, very ugly legal case pending, there's a legitimate question about whether his NBA career is over or not. Jalen Noel is not in the NBA. Wayne Gabriel, JaMychal Green,
Yeah.
Rudy Gay, like Will Barton, like these guys didn't even get fucking signed. Terrence Davis, all right.
Yeah.
Technically, Jeremiah Robinson Earl went, but Nerlens
Yeah,
Noel.
no Nerlens Noel. No
Bro, these
TJ
people are
Warren. I
buns.
don't like
These
that.
people are all buns.
Wow,
But
come
the
on.
thing is like some of the guys that are going to get released aren't that better. Corey Joseph, maybe. Okay. We're talking Jarvis Bertans is going to get like
Yeah,
Seth
Corey
Curry.
will get waived and not be picked up.
He's already been waived. He's already been waived.
And he won't be picked up.
Seth Curry's shoot like 33 years old. He has little purpose besides being a 3-point shooter. I mean, Spencer
I hope
Dinwiddie
like the Rockets just take a shot at one of these.
Like Fournier, you really think someone's going to go for him, or is he just going to go back to France? You know, like there's legitimate questions. Like how many Joe Harris?
Joe Harris.
Who the fuck is giving Joe Harris a shot?
Killian Hayes.
Nobody traded for Killian Hayes. No one's going to pick him up. Like no one cared. No one cared for his restricted free agency. Daniel House,
my poor man.
Corey Joseph over here. Robin Lopez, maybe because he's a really good rebounder and like roll man. But Lowry's fine. Patty Mills, dude. He got ditched around all offseason. He's still not playing. Marcus Morris. I think Jetty could find a place. Derrick Rose, let's be honest. He might get just being a mentor, but and then DeLon Wright's a good one. You know, like how many of those are going to get signed? I think DeLon.
Derrick Rose is on the team still. No?
Yeah, DeLon, Jetty. I don't know if Derrick Rose would get signed.
DeLon, I'd pick up DeLon.
Yeah. Who else? Kyle. That's 3 guys so far. I think Robin would get picked up by a contender. Kellyan, because he's young.
If I was the Lakers, I'd sign Daniel House.
I think there's other options with
Joe Harris,
Spencer Dinwiddie, or
Dinwiddie,
Danilo. Gallinari. I'll give Gallinari. That's 6 guys so far.
What about a feast?
I don't know about
Take
Fournier. Did I put Dinwiddie on this list? That's 7. I feel like I already put Did I put Dinwiddie on the list or no?
Yeah.
Okay, so 6.
Oh, I don't know what you're doing though.
But out of all the guys, out of all those guys, I'm confident that 6 of these guys will get signed. Out of all these, what about you guys? The rest are just shooters. But everybody can shoot now. There's this weird thing that's not cool. Like if you can shoot, if that's your only skill, it's not good enough anymore. There used to be people who are like, oh, if you can shoot, you can be in the NBA. But now it's like you need to be able to shoot and be a willing rebounder, shoot and be a willing defender, even if you're not good. And none of these fucks are. No offense, they're not fucks, but like.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not inspired by this list. I think most of these dudes, the fringe dudes in the league. I don't know. No, I was gonna say like fringe rosterable, but like clearly not even.
What is this?
I had a dream where a German Shepherd attacked me, and
my dad has a German Shepherd.
This old couple neighbor let me into their house, and I was like chilling in their basement. And as I woke up, I was getting ready to leave, and I pet their cat.
Oh my God. I posted on my fucking wrong. I posted my hoops, I think, on my personal fucking Instagram.
I feel like you've been doing that. I feel like you've been off on which account you're on at least a few times in recent days.
I'm quick. I'm quick though. I noticed it pretty quick. But this one, it sat on there for like 10 minutes.
I've done. I've posted like a golf ball meme for like an hour or 2 on the main.
You're just like, fuck.
Yeah, it hurts.
Dude, one time, I don't know what I was doing. Fuck. No, I did something on Hoop Site. I'm trying. No, there's been a couple times where like I've actually my phone's glitched and I like double tapped and it immediately like posted without a description or anything. And I'm like, and I'll see someone like it. I'm like, who the fuck is sitting on their Instagram? And that first 5
81.
Yeah. Dude, also, can we talk about the fact that Mr. 81 has almost 3,000 subscribers?
I
I'm
know, he's
shocked.
getting me back into Lakers content. Look at this painting.
That's pretty sick. Well, this is the weird thing, dude. Okay, I've been having so I quit making Lakers content. Like, I rarely do Lakers content, but dude, the last 3 Lakers videos I made, several thousand views each. And it used to be, dude, if you made a Lakers video, you wouldn't even get 100 views because
You
everybody
gotta
made
compete with Danny Hoops.
That's what I'm saying. So
And now you're just competing with. Actually, there are so many people who make Lakers videos. But yeah, I think the real ticket's the Dubs.
I think the real ticket is, I don't know, dude. I mean, I think the real ticket, yes, I agree, is being a team specific channel.
I mean, 7-man's getting like 50K minimum views every Warriors video.
Yeah.
I'm starting to realize that the move is to be more methodical and systemized as opposed to just spamming them out. I'm about to change it.
It's definitely like a better effort. That's like if I want to stay on YouTube. My whole thing is like
editing.
Yeah, editing. And the thing is like I'm actually like making like some serious gains in like the big J world in terms of basketball. And like the capital J world. So like
a couple big J's.
My channel, you've always known it, was just always a way to get me into sports journalism. It was never like so, which is like geek when I talk to Scott Fisher, like I've been in his Discord a couple of times with like all like Cole Adams and all those other NFL YouTubers, and they're all like, how do you have NBA credentials and you're only at 12 like K? And they're like, we apply, we can't even get to go to football games, and we have like hundreds of thousands of subscribers. I'm like,
those guys are trying to go to games.
Yeah, they keep getting rejected.
Because like Scott Fisher makes picture static.
Oh yeah,
videos.
Well, it doesn't even matter that they have 100K. They're not like connected to a news organization or media. I was like,
it's just pictured. It's just pictured slideshow.
You're just dudes in your room making videos. Like you're not providing good like substance to the fucking world. Like at least like with my like I'm making news aggregation, but also I sit here and like I do scouting reports and I like advance like reports and like. But like the other thing is like I have my own stuff that I do. I just think like
Scott Fisher can't be going to games for. It does make sense, but
it just. I mean, at their point, they have enough of. If I were them, or like with like how you've been reached out by like that one news station, I would hit up their local news stations and tell them, hey, I will make football videos for you like once or twice a week for your thing. Like, look what I do here. Give me a news email, et cetera, et cetera. Let me use your. Like do collaborations, you know what I mean, and then get passes that way. Maybe that's just me being.
I have no idea how to. That's not my realm.
Well, you literally told me you had that one guy, the Tampa Bay news station, asked you if you could come in on Sundays and make a Tampa Bay Buccaneers video for them.
No, dude, they just wanted me to do sports.
Oh, just sports, just
like full time.
Like all. Really?
Yeah, he was. Yeah. It wasn't actually, it was like outside of Tampa, but
still like something like that.
Yeah, I guess that is more niche.
Yeah, like
Buccaneers videos.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Scott's dealing with the whole country.
But the thing is, Jackson, if you had taken that job, you could have started going to Bucs games as a media member. You could have gone to the Super Bowl as a media member. You could have gone.
Yeah, that's not what I
know. I know that's not what you want, but like,
but if that's what Scott wants,
that's what I'm saying. You could. There's a realm, and like that's how I use my YouTube channel. Like when I would go into like places, I'd be like, you know what I mean? I'll be like, look at you. I was like, you guys are a news station. You have like 3,000 subscribers. I'm some fuck in his room, like. But either way, I want to hear who's your best, as we wrap this up, right? Your best buyout candidate in your opinion. I'll go first as I look at this. I don't know what Spencer Dinwiddie is. I want him to go to the Mavericks, and I think he's going to the Mavs. So I'm saying he's off limits.
Oh wow!
Because I think we're hearing that he's going to Dallas, and I think. Okay,
dude, they might win it all, man.
I know.
That is insane.
Okay, potential wise, I do think Kelly and Hayes, if I'm a young team like the Grizzlies, like the Hornets, like the Wizards, I'd be fighting for Killian Hayes. Even if I was the Orlando fucking Magic.
I don't think you have to fight for him.
Well, what I'm saying is I would give him a multi-year deal where this year listen to this, he'll take it. If I can't pick him up on waivers to get his restricted free agency, I would give him this year fully guaranteed for the rest of the season. Next year, partially guaranteed, and then year 3 and 4, if I do a 4-year deal, probably a 3-year deal, year 3 non-guaranteed. That way I have an out. And I would bring him onto a team like the Hornets. LaMelo's out for the season.
What?
Yeah, I mean, he's not coming back, bro.
What?
Like, I personally think he's not coming back.
Dude.
Henry, you think LaMelo's coming back?
Yeah, I think he'll definitely play on and off throughout the season.
I can't be having...
They didn't give him a time. They said he's out for an indefinite amount of time for an ankle sprain. You don't put an indefinite amount of time if someone sprained their ankle. It's usually 4 weeks, 8 weeks, depending on the grade.
I just think Martin a pickup. That sucked because Nick Richards is kind of not it without LaMelo Ball.
Yeah, so I think
he'll be it with Trey Mann. Bro, Trey Mann will enable Nick Richards a little.
Also, Frank Ntilikina got cut by the Hornets, so Killian Hayes could come in. But also,
so did Hayes.
Another thing, Teo Maledon's a free agent, right?
Oh, jeez.
No, he's on the Suns.
Maybe they will just shut LaMelo down.
Henry, seriously, is there a reason to bring him back? You're not
Nick Richards ascension. What do you mean?
There's no
fantasy basketball playoffs. That's the reason.
Right now, LaMelo Ball this season
when he's played,
he is ranked as the 143rd best player this season. LaMelo when he's played. Besides that, LaMelo Ball has also. There's no reason to bring him because even if he comes back, this team is not making the play-in. So your best bet is to get a top draft pick. And you'd be like, well, this draft class isn't that good. Yeah, but at least, and even though it's not a good draft class, that's a draft asset you can use to trade for a Paul George, for a DeMar DeRozan, for whoever.
Sure. Yeah.
Because I personally Paul George, unless the Clippers win a championship or go on a deep playoff run where they come close, I expect Paul George to leave to go to Indiana or Philadelphia or to Orlando and be the running mate with a younger star. Because he's just his game can fit, and I think he knows that if he can go to a team where it's Pascal Siakam, Tyrese, and then he's the third guy. Holy fuck, Paul George is the third guy, or Paulo, Franz Wagner, Paul George. I
can't picture him in a Magic jersey.
I kind of can, wearing one like Tracy McGrady. Actually, it'd be 13.
Sweet.
It'd be 13, but you get what I'm saying.
Indiana, I think, would be unbelievably cool.
Indiana I think it would be super cool to go,
especially if they make the Eastern Conference Finals and the Clippers eventually get rattled in the second round. Hightail it off to Indy. Go home. Get that man back in Oklahoma.
I'm coming home. Oh, can I hear who's your guys' best fucking free buyout candidate if you were a team?
Are we still ruling out Dinwiddie?
Yeah, I was gonna rule out because I thought we just agreed that he's gonna end up in Dallas.
Yeah, I think it's a 2-horse race. Man, I might go Kyle Lowry. Honestly, he's still playing defense and hitting threes.
Yeah, he's really efficient. I think Kyle Lowry is a good one. I said Killian Hayes is my young choice. And
agreed there for sure.
Oh, I think DeLon Wright. He's actually could give you more the same thing Kyle Lowry does, but a bit more. I just think maybe health's the biggest concern with him, but the health's also a concern with Kyle Lowry. So we agree Killian Hayes, if you're a young team like the Grizzlies, like the Wizards, etc., you should go gun for him. But Kyle Lowry, DeLon Wright, at best actual usable players that could impact winning.
DeLon Wright for sure. I don't trust Killian Hayes for the life of me.
Well, Well, we're saying Killian Hayes is a good option if you're a rebuilding team that you just need like, oh, let's just throw him out there and see if he can actually be good, you know?
Yeah, there were signs of growth this year. I mean, he certainly has gigantic flaws, and the Pistons sucked. Yeah, well, this year too.
Well, I just was saying last year he was actually decent at stretches, like when Cade was out for the entire year, where they actually had to play Killian. So
He started way too many games this year. I don't know. I don't buy it, but that 6 assists last year. He can dish.
Whoa. Wow. Wow. The NBA PA bought Pirtle.
Wait, what is this?
Wow. Pirtle has been bought. The National Basketball Player Association has bought Pirtle.
Grant Williams. Grant Williams bought Pirtle.
Yeah. Is that Montrezl Harrell? No, it's Jay Crowder.
No, dude, this is ugly.
This is ugly. This is
why'd
bad.
Why'd they change it?
Wait, stats? 85 games.
Duop Reef.
He's in the East. He's in the East.
Number is lower than 99. Put that down.
Isn't Trez not on a team still?
Who got grades like that?
Jimmy Buckets.
Cole Anthony?
Yeah.
It's in the Southeast. Look at his blatant app. No, he's got the
I know it's not Rhonda Butler, but any Wizards?
No, not that I can think of.
No.
Anybody on Charlotte look like that?
Jeez, does Patty Mills ever look like this?
Oh,
that's a good one.
Damn. What? How's that not Patty Mills?
Why are we also picking the most obtuse numbers? 99, 50, and 8.
I don't know. So it's a tall man.
Seemingly.
On the Wizards, Hornets, or Heat. I haven't watched the Heat game the whole year, except when they were just on. Ooh, nice guys.
Yeah, I mean, he took somebody's leg off.
True.
I actually feel so bad for him and how that's reporting because he probably already has like hella grief over this. Like I don't know if you saw that he stayed at the scene and he took off his shirt and made a tourniquet for the guy and like applied pressure and like
wow,
like he was going 45 and a 40. Wasn't really speeding, and the guy's lights.
True, that's being reported terribly, and he's being slandered by the media.
Well, the only person who did a good job was Shams Charania. Shams Charania didn't put anything out until he had the like. I'm not like gonna sit here and like suck Shams Charania's dick, but like he was the only one who like waited. And actually, his report when he came out, it didn't seem to do like it didn't seem like, oh, I'm trying to be first, you know. So,
dude, this is like a 30-year-old tall center.
You think? Has to be, right?
So it's a Wizard or a Hornet.
That's what we're assuming.
Oh man, that's when it gets hard. Oh, I was just thinking Mark Williams, but he's a little too young.
Way too
so young. It's a Wizard.
Oh, you guys know who this is?
Wizard fan. Oh, that's so gay. This game sucks, dude.
Okay, so
NBA PA ruined for
unbelievable.
NBA PA might have ruined Pirtle. Well, the thing is, first off, I will give him credit. This is the first time Pirtle's ever been updated the next day of a trade. It's usually like a month later they fucking realize someone's been traded. But I mean, when I didn't get Mark Williams and you go, it has to be a center. I'm like, well, we have Daniel Gafford's gone. And I go, I'm like, no way. I was like, they did not update with this. Yeah. I was like, well, I thought immediately Rashawn Holmes because he's the only one who has that hair, you know?
Yeah, it's crazy. Dude, Rashawn Holmes,
Can we talk about what
that guy was a
happened?
monster?
That's what I was about to say. He had that one contract year. You remember this, Henry? He had a contract year right here. Was it? Yes, right here. Look at this shit, bro. He had like this season right here in 2020 to 21. I'm pretty sure if we go over here to 20 to 21, I need to pull up his defensive stats on clean the glass, but he was averaging 1.6 fucking blocks a game. All right.
Got some most improved votes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, isn't that insane?
No, he was a legitimate platoon center.
Like that's why he got that $40 million extension. He was legitimate because he got traded from Sacramento. I mean, from Philadelphia to Phoenix. Kind of breaks out in Phoenix, and then he either signs or gets traded to Sacramento. Is in a contract year and fucking kills it defensively, rebounding. And I don't want to be this guy. Right, it kind of was like I've literally heard it from my interviews with NBA players that like you literally see it like even if he's like you get people think it happens to the max guys. He's like the guys who get the max have that motor. They don't lose it. That's why they're getting the max contract. He's like you usually see it with the role guys who like they have a breakout year and they get paid, that 4-year getting 15 million, like the biggest contract they're probably getting. You kind of see that they don't improve. They kind of just stay because they're like, why do I need to get better? I got paid. I'm just keep doing what I'm doing.
Man, what could have been?
He's probably a quintessential example of that.
We don't know.
We have our disagreements there. I think he's probably a quintessential example of that.
You think
he could have had Boogie and Holmes?
Yeah, I just never want to disparage a person. So that's my whole thing. I never want to talk ill about anyone. But if that's the case,
what? You called me a tool and a fag for wearing sunglasses yesterday. I wear sunglasses on half the shows. Like, come on.
Well, that I'm saying I'm making fun of you. That's because you're my friend. But like,
still disparaging.
Yeah, but that's because you're my friend. You I'm not
tool and a fag.
Uncle Jackson a fag. It's a tool half the time. It's just different when like it's a person that I don't fucking know.
And I feel disparaged.
Yeah, that's facts.
Because like, what if Rashawn Holmes sees this and then he's like, "Oh, you know what? My mama died, and then my fucking sister died." I'm like,
"Yeah,
well, I'm an asshole."
Yeah. Well, you know what happened is he went through a gnarly custody battle. But you're right that it's terrible to speak ill will of people you don't know.
Wait, he did go through a gnarly cut. How do you know this?
I thought it was kind of like pretty prominent news at the time.
Really?
He missed a chunk of the season for it, I believe. Yeah.
What? Like for his daughter or like kid? Wow. Holy shit.
Full custody of his son. Wow.
Yeah.
You don't want to see that much.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, maybe this is something that, this might be affecting his play. Like, I mean, we see it with Dame talking about, he's like, I'm going through divorce. Oh shit! Yes, I did remember this. That Rashawn Holmes' kid got kidnapped, basically.
Yeah. Oh jeez, dude.
What the fuck is this called?
They're roasting her.
Oh, this is 53 minutes. I was like,
oh jeez.
It was like,
those are some interesting comments.
Oh my god.
You know who's in town, Ciro?
Yeah.
Elstro clan member from the Maryland area.
Jake or Jackson?
Yeah. Jake and Jackson are right. Yeah.
Jake and Justin.
No, just Jake's here.
Really?
What's he doing? Play golf today.
Oh, he's at your place?
He's at my dad's.
Hey.
What?
I was gonna say that means the toast 100%.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. The toast 100%. Oh yeah, let's get a toe update.
Yeah, we're back.
Yeah. You get frosted tips?
No, whenever I do the show in my dad's office, you compliment my blonde hair.
Doesn't he look like he has frosted tips, like he's in like NSYNC? And
no, he looks exactly the same to me. I feel like
I just look like a beautiful young young growing man.
Yeah, true.
Young buck.
A slightly disheveled, beautiful growing young man.
Yeah, like just got out of bed. I made I got this hookup at this nice country club, and we were gonna play it today with my buddy who's a member there. And I texted him late last night, and I'm like, "I'll see you tomorrow, man." And then next time I checked my phone at like 1 a.m., he's like, tomorrow. Never specified the day. It's gotta be better. Embarrassing. I can't believe this is my life.
Hey, you know what? You know what? I had multiple people mention that my Snapchat story this weekend to me at school. And I just don't drink anymore. And I hate when I have my phone and I'm like piss hammered.
What?
Yeah, you did not see my snap. I cleaned it up real quick. But like if you saw my snap at like 3 a.m. on Saturday.
Oh, I thought
you're talking about Lil Dicky?
Yeah.
You just got hammered or something?
Yeah, bro. I was pissed drunk.
And you're just running it up on Snap?
Yeah. Yeah. That's the best way to explain it. I ran that shit up.
You should have left it on, dude. I only have Snap on my other phone.
Wait, what?
I feel like I usually see your.
You have two phones? You have 2 phones?
Yeah.
Yes, I
got one for the plug and one for the other one in the lyric.
Load, bro.
I got one for the plug and one for the load, you know. So
Chicago's finest right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's South Side.
Quit popping on ring, ring, ring.
What?
It's a Kevin Gates song.
Oh.
Didn't Kevin Gates say he didn't eat food for like 2 months and saw God?
Who?
Kevin Gates. It wasn't even God. It was like he saw like something. He saw like visualization, visualizations.
Hallucination.
How do you say that word? Visualizations. Visualizations.
I think it would just be a vision if it's not some type of like.
Yeah, but if you make that word into what I'm trying to say it as, how do you pronounce that? Visualizations.
A visualization. I guess.
Visualization. Yeah. It's an above average word.
I just don't want to do today. I'm like still like mentally recovering from the deadline. I just don't want to do today. I want it to be the weekend.
It's Friday. It's almost Friday. Friday beers.
Friday beers.
Jackson, what you doing for the Super Bowl?
Yeah, what are you doing for the Super Bowl?
Fucking shit up at my buddy's. Fucking that dip up. That bourbon bacon jam. Little pimento cheese.
I have no idea where you're going with this.
Running up dips at my buddy's.
Yeah. I get you, man.
Where's this one line coming from?
Probably the sun.
It's gotta be the sun.
No, I do know that, but like where? Oh, I found it.
Probably the sky.
I found it. All right, go life. I do need to figure out what I'm doing for. I hit up Dawson. What he's doing.
Dawson Knox. He's sitting on his couch. You guys not have plans?
No, right now I'm thinking about getting a good Domino's pizza.
Oh, that's what Nick and I did last year. 2 Doms and a bread.
Yeah.
Watched it in his bedroom. Yeah.
Okay, that's weird, but
that's where the TV was. It was the only TV, as you know.
Yeah. Well, I have surround sound, and I have a 75-inch TV in my.
Yeah, you guys have a TV in your living room.
Yeah. I also, since you last visited, I installed 6 speakers of surround sound.
I did see that Snap story.
Yeah, I'm actually very impressed. Henry didn't even notice.
Proud. Oh wow.
Well, I painted it too, so it's like blends in. With
Some roommate.
I know.
Well, go Chiefs. My pick's in.
It is.
Mm-hmm. Also, the Bulls are back. Not that we ever
Bet
left.
nobody
But
ever. Give me the McCaffreys.
everyone was so upset.
Oh yeah, let's do our NFL Super Bowl prediction. I want even this is funny because the Chiefs game against Ravens, like my whole Snapchat was like literally either Chiefs fans or Ravens fans because that's like where I live the last.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So like it was pretty geek. But now I know like all my friends are Chiefs fans. I'm not necessarily like I've cheered for the Chiefs. I'm not like really a Chiefs fan. So like I'm more my dad's a 49ers fan. So I'm gonna
You have to fan everything.
My dad's
you guys
a Niner.
Are fans of everything.
Well, my dad's foreign as fuck. So he when my dad moved to America, the first football game he ever saw was a Niners game. And he was like, who's that? And it was Joe Montana. So like that's the first person he ever learned in football. So he became a Joe Montana fan. And then he lived in Miami, so he became a Dan Marino fan. And that's the only football my dad knew until like he met me because my dad didn't give a fuck about football. So he always said his favorite teams were the Dolphins and the 49ers because that's the only teams he knew.
I'm shocked none of you or your sisters. Are you the oldest?
No,
or was that other one the
talkative
lad lady?
Lad.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised none of you are named Montana.
Because that just do I? Yeah, the first off, that's not first name. Second off, that's
no, you can have Montana as a first name.
Yeah, Montana, come over here, Montana.
Yeah, it's a good. I think that's a good girl's name.
Name your daughter Montana.
All right.
Montana Elstro. I like that.
I'm cheering for the 49ers. Christian McCaffrey will win MVP.
Oh.
Shout out Joe Flacco winning comeback player of the year over fucking dead Damar.
Did he officially win it?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Damar Hamlin didn't win. Let's go.
Yeah. Why? Because Damar Hamlin just came back to life. That's not coming back. He tackled 2 people. Joe Flacco came back from the dead. Not literally. Not literally.
Literally.
No. Let's see.
Literally.
Let's just say, who's going to win comeback player of the year? The man who came back figuratively from death, that the whole world, everyone wrote him off, but he didn't write back? Or are we going to give it to the guy who like just died and came back literally and just like didn't even play? He was kind of
anybody can die, but only 2 people have ever resurrected.
Joe Flacco is one of them.
And Jesus Christ is the other. So yeah. I'm going with old man Joe. I'm going Kansas City 37, San Francisco 31.
I'm going to hammer some exact scores.
Yeah, you got it.
All right, I'm going Niners 34, Chiefs 27.
Niners 30, Chiefs 27.
I didn't. 27 felt right. I don't know why.
Maybe it's too generic of a score though. I might have to go for 2 at some point.
I think the rule of thumb is that the Super Bowl typically does not go over 60 points collectively.
Oh shit!
I'm pretty
sure last year was
crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah, I think the rule of thumb is Super Bowls are typically low scoring games.
I don't even remember anything of last year's Super Bowl game other than it was 38-35.
No, the most insane Super Bowl was I was off 2 Xanax bars and like a half case of beer during the
Xanax bars.
Yeah, like Xanax. I like ate Xanax and then drank on them when I was like 15 or 16.
Oh,
like,
at the bars. I'm like a bar.
No, like a bar of Xanax. Yeah, like I took Green Hulks. I took like 16 milligrams of Green Hulks. And I was.
Whoa, I didn't even know it existed in that form.
That's the way to watch it, man.
Yeah, so I was watching the Tom Brady versus the Atlanta Falcons Super Bowl, and I'm taking dabs.
That's college.
No, this is like sophomore year of junior year of high school.
No.
Yeah, this is 2015, bro. 2016.
Really?
Yeah, this is 2016.
I thought it was in college.
Junior year of high school. I'm off like 16 milligrams of Xanax. I'm like fucking pounding beers in my basement, taking dabs. All right, super fucked up to the point that I was so fucked up that my friend handed me the banger and I grabbed the red hot banger and broke it off and had like burn marks on every single finger because I grabbed the red hot banger off while being completely fucked up. So we were taking dabs off a broken banger. And I remember at one point we were so fucked up. We look at the score, it was like 38-0 or whatever the fuck it was. And I'm like
28-3.
Yeah, 28-3. Yeah, 28-3. And I was like, that's not me. And like me and my friend were just like, I was like with my high school friend, just proceeded to continue getting absolutely trashed. Like belligerently drunk in my basement. This is Sunday. Like I have school on Monday. I mean, my friend, I'm like, he's drunk in my mom's basement. And I remember we looked back at the score and Tom Brady's come back with we're like
that's what it that's like it, yeah.
I remember being so fucked up. I gotta pull up videos of this. It is probably like I should have been taken to a hospital. We're about to share my screen. Trust 0409. Actually, I can share my screen right now on my Snapchat. This is about a geek. That was 2016, right?
Dude, I thought it was like 2018. I must be thinking of Nick Foles.
I found it.
Oh.
Oh, say, can't you see?
How's that song go about the North Sea?
Yo, that one.
Yeah.
You talking about your sea shanties?
That's just like a montage of North Sea.
Okay. I don't know how I did this, but you guys are about a geek. Okay, share screen. This is about to be so funny. Can you guys see my phone?
Oh, jeez, dude, you look so young.
This is dude. Look how fucked I'm in these videos. This is me. This is my sister's friend that I was trying to bang while we were like, I'm so drunk.
She looks like the girl in Ned's Declassified. Oh my god. You guys watching it on your laptop? Oh my goodness. Oh, that's senior year.
We're so fucked. Yeah, or like, you ever meet my friend TJ? This is like the shit we used to do, dude. TJ used to be like a dead body. This is like us, like 16.
The belt. The belt really ties it together.
Oh no, like this. I took my socks off and put them on his hands, and he was blacked out drunk.
Edward Sockhands.
Oh, they weren't my socks; they were his socks. And I put them in his hands, and he's like blacked out.
Oh,
drunk.
he peed.
Oh yeah, he pissed himself. Dude, this kid was so drunk.
Oh, I've never done that.
Oh, there's another one. We put like.
Hey, oh,
I don't think I've ever seen the word "peed" texted out before. Peed.
Peed.
I think we're like 16 there, like just pissed drunk. Or like, this is us skipping school. Just dude, I used to just not go to school. I just used to get fucked up so hard in high school. I just like run around, just be pissed drunk.
Ah, the glory days.
The glory days, man.
Anything to go back.
The Edward Sox hands is probably one of the best bits I've ever done. Okay, like someone like absolutely pissed blacked out because the best part is he has no idea what's going on, so he's trying to use his hands blacked out, but it's
What's TJ up to now?
He works as a diesel mechanic in Shrewsbury, Pennsylvania. He used to be a forklift mechanic was his job before that. All right, I'm done. That's it. Edward Sockhands. What a fucking bit. I gotta write that down. That's a movie bit. Could you guys hear the audio? Okay. I'm like screeching in that. Edward Sockhands. It was actually like pretty loud in my ear. But yeah, also that video of him dead is just like him, like we had to drag him out of a house because like they said like he can't be here like this because we were having a party and he was just passed out on the floor. Yeah, all right, good luck. Goodbye.